Hey guys, Dave Rubin, Steve-O, TYTSports. We saw an interesting piece in Bleacher Report. Could next year's Miami Heat, upcoming this year's Miami Heat, replicate what the 93-94 Bulls did? That was the year after Michael Jordan retired. And can the Heat replicate that now that LeBron is gone? I have a pretty much one-word answer for you, Steve, and that is a no.
Yes, my answer rhymes with my last name.
Oh, no.
No way.
Not going to happen. So real quick, we should tell everybody a little bit more about the Bulls of that year. So first off, Pippen had a completely insane season. Everybody obviously said he was number 2 to Jordan, and he finally stepped into the number 1 role. He was 3rd in MVP voting behind Olajuwon and David Robinson. The Bulls won, Rubin, give me a number here. They won how many games that year? Like 58 games, something
55?
like that?
I think it was 57.
57 games for the Bulls. But they had all the right pieces, and that's what made those teams so good. The Heat are not, I mean, they've got an aged Dwayne Wade. That is not a prime Scottie Pippen to lead them.
That's right. Scottie Pippen that year, I mean, I'm old enough to know how good he was.
He was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I'll get some numbers while you're talking.
And when we say unbelievable, it doesn't do him justice, because we need to describe why and how he was so unbelievable. He was a scorer, obviously, but he was
22 points a game.
But he used to wreak havoc on defense. I mean, he was so athletic, so good.
Yeah.
He made all the right plays. And here's the most important thing. The Bulls had a structure, a system that was the reason for their success, plus the right players and right pieces, and of course, the ultimate piece in Michael Jordan. Okay? He was awesome. So they had a great system in place that allowed them to win. Now, the Heat have a very different system. Their system is predicated on LeBron James kind of dominating the ball, where he drives and, they take Bosh out of the lane is wide open. LeBron James drives and then he kicks to open shooters, and that's how the entire offense is predicated. So, the Heat offense is built around a person, and the Bulls offense is built around a system. So
right, it's basically triangle offense versus one-man offense.
Yeah. So losing LeBron, well, you just lost the system. What are they going to do?
Right.
And Dwayne Wade, I'm a huge Dwayne Wade fan, but he's no good. I mean, he's done. He should retire.
They say jumping is important in basketball, and he can't really jump anymore.
Look, he was thoroughly outplayed by Danny Green. He couldn't guard Danny Green, and he couldn't score on Danny Green because Wade never developed his three-point shot. And he just can't get to the basket like he used to.
Right. So when you take the system, and then the fact, so you've got a Dwayne Wade who's way older, and as we're saying, can't really move like Pippen at that point. But then just the other pieces. I mean, Bosh. I've never been a Bosh guy in general, but now you've given him a ton of money just so that what? So you can remain a 45-win team for the next 3 years. I mean, is that the goal?
I completely agree with you. I like Bosh. He's a nice piece. He's not you're not going to win with him as your best player.
Yeah.
Okay, and right now he is. And then they have Lil Deng. He's pretty good, but he's also diminished. I mean, he's had injuries and maybe he has a resurgence, but I don't really see it. And then they have Josh McRoberts. I just don't see this team being anywhere close to being as competitive as the Bulls were post-Jordan.
So in retrospect, was that Bulls team more incredible, in a way more impressive than some of the championship teams, if you think about it? Because I remember thinking when Jordan retired, that team's going to suck. I mean, I remember thinking like...
By the way, he's only 29 years old.
I know.
Yeah, but you sort of know what you're going to get out of him. The guy's not getting any better at this point. And even if he scores a couple more points there...
A 17 and 7 guy on your team isn't bad.
No, it's not bad, but it's not LeBron.
It's not, well, right.
It's not LeBron. But do you think that that's a fair argument, that Bulls team in a way was more impressive than some of the championship teams? I mean, they almost made the championship short of one call, basically.
That's right. I agree with you because, losing your best player.
The best player ever.
And they lost him just out of the blue. They had no clue what was going to happen, and then they got off to a bad start. I think they started that season like 4-7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had this new guy, Tony Kukoc, and they signed Bill Wennington and
Pete Myers. Don't forget Pete Myers.
Pete Myers, yeah, and Pete Myers replaced Michael Jordan. So
I remember something funny. I thought there was something funny about his name even. Like they went from Michael Jordan, the greatest player ever, they found a guy named Pete Myers, like the most average name you could possibly find. You know?
Yeah.
He was just set up to fail, that poor guy. Yeah.
And yeah, Pete Myers just sounds like just such a regular person.
Pete Myers sounds like a farmer.
Yeah.
It's Pete Myers. Yeah.
That's right.
Working the corn farm.
So good luck to Miami. I don't think they're coming anywhere close to what the Bulls accomplished that year. I think you're right. I think Miami wins 45, 46 games, and they lose in the first and second round.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be like a 41-41 season and first round maybe.